It's time for the season opener, the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can feel the excitement. I know David's feeling it. I'm feeling it up here. And certainly Holly Saunders feeling it down on the field. Here's Holly.
Thank you very much, Sam. Well, the Falcons are obviously very excited to have Julio Jones back at full operating capacity. He actually injured his ankle during preseason. He's been nursing that, but now he is completely back. He actually fully practiced with the team on Thursday. Now I had a chance to catch up with him before the game, and he said, Holly, hey, what's better than 100%? When I asked him how he was feeling, I said, I don't know, Julio. He said, that's exactly how I am feeling right now, more than 100%, guys.
You're right about that. Thanks, Holly. And who did Tampa say? The first name they mentioned, we got to stop Julio Jones. The season is underway. Roberto Aguayo kicking down to Eric Weems. Weems on the return, hopped over one man and goes down at the 19-yard line. Big season for Matt Ryan. Last year, he put up big numbers. Another 4,000-yard season. He's had 5 in a row, but the turnovers really hurt him and the Falcons.
The red zone turnovers are what absolutely killed this Falcons offense last year, but right away, Matt Ryan talked about his confidence in the second year in Kyle Shanahan's offensive system.
And he opens up with 3 wide receivers. That's Jacob Tamme, the tight end, motioning. Devontae Freeman, the running back. Long count. Here's Freeman. Gets across the 20. Couple of yards on the play. Impact players today, David. How about the center? They brought in Alex Mack. That's a big addition.
It's a huge addition for this offense and this offensive line, but more importantly for Matt Ryan. He knows that he has a proven Pro Bowl veteran in front of him that can identify the mic and get them in the right protections.
They also have Mohamed Sanu, number 12, in the slot. It's Freeman carrying, trying to cut back, and good job by the front of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Robert Ayers, a free agent signing. Impact players for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Defensively, very, very strong.
One of the best pair of linebackers in the NFL, but they love the fact of having Brent Grimes to come in, compete up against the Julio Jones and these big 6'4", 6'5" receivers in the NFC South.
Patrick DeMarco in at running back in the backfield with Matt Ryan on 3rd down. Ryan gets time, drops it off to DeMarco, and he's brought down about a yard short of the 1st down at the 28-yard line. Levante David with a tackle, and that's a guy who leads this team in tackles.
Levante David in the last 4 seasons is the only player in the NFL with 500 tackles, 10 sacks, and 5 interceptions. He's letting his presence felt right immediately.
Matt Bosher back to punt for the Falcons. Back to receive is 2nd-year receiver Adam Humphries. Short kick that bounces at the 35, went sideways, and Eric Weems downed it for Atlanta. Good field position to start for Jameis Winston. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' 2nd-year quarterback had a good, real good rookie season.
And he continued to get better and better each game. And like we said in the open, Dirk Cutter talked about his confidence in his quarterback to take his game to the next level and to allow him at the line of scrimmage, put them in the right positions and in the right plays that they need to be in offensively.
And when we talked to the players last night, they all talked about the leadership value of Jameis Winston, and this is 2nd year. Here's Doug Martin carrying. Gets about 2 on the play up to the 40-yard line. Talk about impact players for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Doug Martin is a 1,000-yard rusher.
And he is one of the most physical and hardest backs to take down in the NFL because of his size and strength. But right away, Jameis Winston is going to rely on Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson to function in this offense and to stretch the field.
He's got an empty backfield. Charles Sims is in at running back, replacing Doug Martin. And Jameis Winston checks off. Winston stands in, fires, and completes it Up to the 44-yard line to Adam Humphries. Impact players on defense for Atlanta. Desmond Trufant at cornerback, very, very important. Looking for a pass rush from Dwight Freeney.
That is the biggest thing that this Atlanta defense needs, is the ability to attack and pressure and get sacks on the quarterback. So they're going to lean right away on Vic Beasley Jr. and Dwight Freeney, the veteran Pro Bowler, all-caliber football player.
On 3rd and 4, Freeney, number 93, is in at right defensive end. Winston puts it up deep, and it's incomplete. Intended, and a flag on the play. Tried to hit his tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins.
You see right away where they're going to throw that flag, because going in, Campbell was not allowed to get his head and turn around for the football. So once you see that, as the officials on the sideline.
Pass interference, number 59 in the defense. The ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
They immediately challenged the rookie linebacker, Devondre Campbell, a 4th-round draft pick out of Minnesota.
That's something that we knew that they were going to do offensively. 2 rookies with not as much experience as anybody in the NFL starting their first game.
Ball at the Atlanta 31. Doug Martin bouncing off a couple of tacklers and keeps driving inside the 20 to the 19, a first down for the Bucs.
Well, immediately, one of the things that Dan Quinn, the head coach of the Falcons, said is we need to make sure we wrap up and get low on Doug Martin, because last season he led the NFL with 650 yards after contact. You could see him just running, getting those knees going. So they better start getting sound tackling and swarming to the football, or he is going to have a huge day today.
A gain of 12 on that last play. Here's Martin with Jameis Winston trying to block, but he didn't block anyone, and Martin is thrown for a loss. A loss of 6 on the play, and that time the rookie Devondre Campbell made the tackle.
Well, that's one of the biggest things that Dan Quinn said, is we need to improve the speed on the defensive side of the ball. Nice instinctive play, knowing that the ball was going to cut back, getting downhill, reading him, and beating to the point Doug Martin.
Cameron Brate, the tight end, going wide, now moves inside. 3 wide receivers. Jameis Winston again checking off. Crowd noise certainly a factor. All receivers out. Winston puts it up deep for Humphries and just overthrown. Covered by Brian Poole, the rookie out of Florida, who made this team a college free agent, was not drafted.
There are a lot of twists and stunts up front for the Atlanta Falcons defensive line, because they're trying to get pressure right down the bottom of the pocket, so Jameis Winston can't step up. On that one, he just threw it a bit too far where Humphries couldn't go up and get it.
3rd and 16. They have to get to the 9-yard line for a first down. Winston gets time, throws wide open is Evans, and he overthrew him. Oh, there was a touchdown on that play, but Jameis Winston overthrew Mike Evans.
That's one that he hopes that he can get back, because Jameis Winston knows that he overthrew that one with an opportunity to strike right away on their opening drive and change the momentum here in the Georgia Dome.
Field goal kicking unit is out, and that means Roberto Aguayo, a 2nd-round draft pick. That's a high pick for a kicker, but Aguayo was the best in college and will now attempt a 43-yarder. Andrew DePaulo, the long snapper. Ryan Anger, the holder. And the kick is good. A good start to the NFL career for Roberto Aguayo. Jameis Winston moved his team down, missed an opportunity for 7, settled for 3. Here come the Falcons in a moment. It is kickoff Sunday in the NFL. Glad you're with us to start the NFL season. And here in Atlanta, last year of the Georgia Dome. Next season, the Falcons move into a beautiful new stadium right adjacent. Here's Aguayo kicking off to Eric Weems, 8 yards deep. Takes a knee. With a new rule, the Falcons will start from the 25-yard line. Atlanta Falcons had a great start to last season. Started 5-0, then 6-1, but then things went south.
Things went south not only because the turnovers in the red zone, but the inability to run the football. Anytime that they've had under 100 yards rushing and around the 77-yard category, they were 1-7 last season.
Tevin Coleman, second-year man out of Indiana, is in at running back. Had a look at Dan Quinn, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, in his second season. Ryan got a man wide open. It's Sanu down the sideline. Cuts in and he's caught from behind, but gets down to the 16-yard line. Mohamed Sanu, brought in as a free agent from Cincinnati.
Mohamed Sanu on the inside, runs the out route, acts like he's going to block, gets the defensive back to bite up, and just is wide open right down the sidelines. Nice job by the offensive line, making it look and sound like run, so that Matt Ryan had the time to deliver on that play action.
59-yard pickup, and they are hoping that Sanu will take a lot of the heat off of Julio Jones. This is Sanu again, and gets down to the 12-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. Quan Alexander, the middle linebacker, making the stop on Mohamed Sanu, who had an off season last year. His best season was 2 years ago with Cincinnati.
And you heard the excitement right away, not only by Matt Ryan, but Julio Jones, about adding Mohamed Sanu to this roster to win his one-on-ones and to take the pressure away from Julio Jones so he can have those big dynamic plays.
Aldrick Robinson, number 19, is in the game at wide receiver. 3 wide receivers in. Ryan quickly outside Justin Hardy, and he's brought down immediately. Excellent play by Vernon Hargreaves, the first-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Bucs.
He most certainly did, and they're excited about having Hargreaves into this lineup. They feel that he can match up, and immediately, when you look at the preseason when he was in, he was thrown at 8 times, only allowed 1 catch for 2 yards, had 2 interceptions and 1 pass defense. That's an impact as a rookie.
Here's 3rd and 6. There was no gain on that last play. Mohamed Sanu back in. Justin Hardy in motion with 3 wide receivers in. Ryan in trouble. They got him. Robert Ayers, who had 9.5 sacks for the Giants last season, brought in for that purpose.
And he beat Jake Matthews here at left tackle, who last year only gave up 1 sack the entire season. You see Jake Matthews gets his shoulders forward instead of having him back where he can punch and redirect. Great play, great sack by Robert Ayers.
Matt Bryant in to kick, 41 years old, one-time Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now in his 8th year with the Falcons, with a 34-yard field goal try. And this one is good. It matches Aguayo's field goal. And the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers are tied at 3. Good start to his career with the Bucs for Robert Ayers. Back in Atlanta, where the Falcons, 5 plays, 59 yards, and the big play, the pass to Mohamed Sanu, 59 yards, set up the Matt Bryant field goal. Matt Bosher to kick off. He's the punter. And Cecil Shorts on the reception deep in the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Bucs will start from the 25-yard line. Jameis Winston back on the field. Second-year man. This is his team. That is the Skyview Ferris wheel. And we are back in the Georgia Dome. I wanted to go on that Ferris wheel yesterday.
I know my daughter Addison would love that.
We wanted, but we had to go to the meetings instead with the Bucs. Bucs start at the 25-yard line. 2 backs. Doug Martin carrying. Good job up front by the Falcons. No gain.
Tried to pull Kevin Pamfield because right away you know that this Tampa Bay offense wants to test the edges of the run defense of the Falcons. Nice job at the point of attack being stopped by Brooks Reed.
A couple of rookies at linebackers. Middle linebacker is Deion Jones, 2nd-round draft pick out of LSU. Very athletic player. We watched him in practice Friday. Man, He's all over the field, picking off passes. Off the fake, Winston throws, broken up. Nice play on the outside by Robert Alford.
He was first on the team last year with 14 passes defense. You see him going one-on-one, playing off coverage against Vincent Jackson. Does a nice job getting downhill and getting that hand in there to get the pass defense.
And that's a tough matchup. Vincent Jackson is 6'5", Robert Alford is 5'10".
And this was a team last year in the Atlanta Falcons defense that were tied for first in the NFL with pass interference calls. So you know that they're being careful with their hands and making sure they don't press too much.
Here's 3rd and 10. All receivers out. Winston being chased. Got rid of it to Doug Martin, and he's brought down at the 32-yard line, short of a first down. And the Bucs forced to punt. A good defensive series for the Falcons.
This is exactly what they want to do on the offensive side of the ball. They want to get things open, but you can't do it when you have Adrian Claiborne in the backfield getting that pressure on Jameis Winston. And we all know, anybody who has watched the Atlanta Falcons the last season, they only had 19 sacks as a group, so you know that they're going to do anything they possibly can to make it an uncomfortable day for the quarterback.
Brian Anger to punt. Eric Weems is back deep. Good high kick. Weems steps up at the 24. Hopped over one man. Was brought down at the 35-yard line. Good straight ahead return by Weems. Falcons defense with a strong series to get the ball back for the offense. Matt Ryan back out on the field. On the Tampa Bay side, Jameis Winston checking things over, looking at the tablets and the formations. Falcons start from the 36-yard line. Off the play fake, Ryan rolling and throwing, and it's dropped by Sanu. One of the things Matt Ryan talked about during the offseason, he worked on throwing on the run. Saturday, college football coverage kicks off when Iowa State takes on 15th ranked TCU at noon Eastern on FS1. And number 4 ranked Ohio State meets the number 14 ranked Oklahoma, 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. It's good football on the Fox family of stations. Toilolo motion, the tight end. And on the carry, Tevin Coleman. Coleman is a good speed back. They feel if they can get him to the outside, he can break away.
He really can. And the one thing that when you talk to the coaches, they feel that now having his first-year experience under his belt, there is no drop-off, whether it's Devontae Freeman in the backfield or Coleman, because they all are 3-down backs. And they said the biggest thing he's done is improvement in pass protection.
3rd and 7.
Seconds. It did not start back to 40 on that play.
They've reset the game clock, the play clock. A 3rd and 7 for Atlanta. Jacob Tamme in at tight end. They motion Coleman. Ryan steps up and runs for it. He's brought down as a flag back at the 31-yard line. Quan Alexander made the tackle. Jeff Triplett is our referee.
He loose the hands to the face. Number 70 of the offense. That penalty decline. 4th down.
Penalty decline. Jeff Triplett, I want to mention on this day of remembrance, Jeff Triplett, a former Army colonel, Army Reserve colonel who fought in the Persian Gulf, in the Gulf War, and was awarded a Bronze Star for his heroism.
Yeah, I have the utmost respect for anybody. My father was in the Air Force, and it was a great pleasure to go down and shake hands and say thank you to all the Fort Benning soldiers that were here today holding the flag for the national anthem.
Matt Bosher punting it away. Good high kick. Fair catch wait for by Adam Humphries at about the 9-yard line. Doug Martin, he's a key to this Bucs offense with his great running. He'll be on the field in a moment. Back in Atlanta, Falcons and Bucs tied at 3. Bucs start from the 9. And here's what teams do. We promoted Doug Martin. Sir Charles Sims is in at running back. He's a good one and a good pass catcher out of the backfield. A motion Shepard, Russell Shepard is in at wide receiver. This is Sims. He slipped and got up and picked up a couple of more yards up to the 14. We go to the sideline. Holly Saunders with a report. Holly.
Sam and David, I just watched number 56 for the Bucs, defensive end Jaquise Smith be carted off to the locker room. I received word that it is a right knee injury. He wasn't putting a lot of weight on it. He will not be returning to the game. And I can tell you, he didn't look like he was in a lot of pain, but the look on his face was very concerned, guys.
Thanks, Holly. He was hurt on the special teams play. 2nd and 5 for the Bucs. It's Sims again. And he breaks a couple of tackles, fights his way for a first down. There's a flag on the play.
They're going to get Ali Marpet with the hold.
Holding, number 74, offense. Half the distance to the goal, repeat 2nd down.
That negates the first down. We have an update. Here's Carissa Thompson.
Thank you, Sam. Green Bay at Jacksonville. Aaron Rodgers had only 1 rushing touchdown last year. Well, he's already got 1 in the 2016 season. A 6-yard run here puts the Packers up 7-0. Sam, David, and Holly.
Thanks, Carissa. We'll be checking in with Carissa all day. She'll be doing the updates with the studio crew out in Houston.
Gotta love the fact that we have a great supporting cast that keeps us updated with everything else around the NFL.
Back at the 7-yard line are the Bucs on 2nd down. And Winston steps back.
Delay of a game. Offense. After distance to the goal, still 2nd down.
Is the crowd noise bothering him down there?
Well, you could definitely tell that it's having effect, and you see Jameis Winston saying that they didn't reset it in time. But you know, on the road in a dome like this, it's unlike anything you experienced during the preseason, and now backed up. These are the ones that you look for, the quick inside zones just to try to get it out.
Backed up to the 3-yard line, have to get to the 19 for a first down. Flag on the play. Winston throws out of the end zone. It's intercepted by Desmond Trufant. And he's down inside the 15. We'll check out the flag. In our meetings on Friday, David had his Super Bowl ring on.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 87 was not on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. First down, Atlanta.
Desmond Trufant said, "What's that?" David said, "That's one of my 2 Super Bowl rings." And Trufant said, "I've got to get me one of those."
You see Desmond Trufant at the top of the screen. He's running the route for Vincent Jackson because they are not on the same page. Vincent Jackson breaks out. Sure enough, you think Winston thinks he's breaking in. Trufant is the entire time looking through, eyes on the quarterback, and comes away with a huge takeaway now to allow their offense to function in the red zone.
2 backs, Freeman and Coleman. Freeman motions outside. And flags fly.
Jacob Tammy.
False start. Number 83, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Snap count is your friend. That is the one thing that you can use to your advantage, whether you're an offensive lineman or a tight end. He flinched right away, setting his back, and now changing once again the momentum for this offense.
Ball back to the 18-yard line, 1st and 15 for Matt Ryan with 2 backs in there. Fake toss, and the toss up ahead to Freeman inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. Quan Alexander, the middle linebacker, with the tackle.
Well, you know that this is a group that wants to penetrate and get upfield. You see Vernon Golston fired up, running the little shovel underneath with the pitch, and they're just going to continue to try to keep this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense off keel. So if they're going to continue to penetrate, you're going to see shovels, you're going to see inside traps, just to allow them to get back on their heels and be more patient so that their run game and the zone schemes can start working with the double team meshes.
2nd and 4, 3 tight ends in. This is Freeman slashing inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line.
I think Kyle Shanahan must have heard me up here, because what did they do? They went immediately to the zone scheme, because the one thing that hurts the zone scheme is penetration. So if you can get them sitting back on their heels where they're worried about getting upfield with the inside traps and the little shovel passes, that's where you allow the offensive linemen to work and really get that push at the line of scrimmage.
They went from 3 tight ends to 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 1. Freeman, the running back. The fake. Ryan throws. Tammy to the goal line. He's just short, but he's got a first down. Quan Alexander took down the tight end, Jacob Tammy.
This offense is all predicated off of running the football, and Jacob Tammy and Matt Ryan have had that connection, and it continues through this season. Short of the touchdown, but they get a whole new set of downs to try to punch it in.
Jacob Tammy, who played in Denver, played in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning, and there's movement on the line, and flags flying in from all angles.
That one's going to be on the young rookie.
Number 81, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's the rookie tight end, Austin Hooper, 3rd-round draft pick out of Stanford.
These are the things that you talk about, the stupid penalties. It's one thing if you're being aggressive and you get called for something, but you cannot do this to your offense where you have 2 penalties when you're inside the red zone.
Ball 5.5 yards away from the goal line. On 1st and goal. 3 receivers right. Ryan with time, throwing deep. Sanu! Touchdown! Quite a catch by Mohamed Sanu.
Quite a catch, but you always talk about taking what you do on the practice field to the game field. Sam, we saw that same play dozens of times on Friday. Sure enough, it's great when you see what you did to the practice field result in a touchdown. Practice makes perfect.
Matt Bryant in for the extra point. So the big turnover, the interception by Desmond Trufant, leading to the touchdown pass from Matt Ryan to Mohamed Sanu. The play, all scoring plays are reviewed, and the play is being reviewed upstairs for confirmation.
See him right here on the inside of that little triple stack look. Gets the one-on-one and is able to beat Brent Grimes in the back of the end zone.
Brent Grimes, former Falcon, got that left foot down.
That's a touchdown.
And the touchdown is confirmed. And upcoming, the 33-yard extra point try. First of many touchdown passes Matt Ryan will throw this season. Matt Bryant's extra point is good. And the Falcons have taken a 10-3 lead. The Trufant interception got it going.
It most certainly did. That's what got everything started. It changed the momentum. And sure enough, what does it do? It allows the Atlanta Falcons offense to function. But the one thing that they need to make sure moving forward here, they can't have the costly penalties. They're lucky that they got away with that one. But the happy Trufant, the celebration leads to this touchdown by Mohamed Sanu. And I know a lot of people are wondering, How come Julio Jones has not had a catch in this football game yet? Well, if you're going to bracket your coverage to him, they're going to give it to Mohamed Sanu and to open up things. So the addition of Mohamed Sanu to this offense has worked thus far.
Yes, sir. Matt Ryan, who took a lot of his teammates down to Florida to work with them in the offseason.
The veteran leadership of Matt Ryan, showing that even though he's in his 9th year, each and every year he is trying to do something to reinvent himself as a quarterback and show the brotherhood and leadership. And we all heard him talk about the standard, having accountability and responsibility to one another.
Matt Bosher to kick it off. Cecil Shorts, who was signed this week after being cut by the Houston Texans, is the return man, and Shorts will take the knee, and the Bucs will start from the 25-yard line.
Now this is the point where you truly see the character and composure of a quarterback and how they bounce back after having an interception like he did in the last drive.
And you talked about penalties. The Bucs took a bad penalty deep in their own territory, the holding penalty that set them back to the 3-yard line. And that's something that they've talked about and worked on in preseason, cutting down penalties.
Well, they were the highly and most penalized team in the NFL last season.
Freeney is in the game at the left defensive end as they move him around. Winston throws on first down and completes it for a pickup up to the 29-yard line. Mike Evans, the receiver, pickup of 4. And we've come to the end of the first quarter. The season opener for 2 divisional rivals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons lead it 10-3. Dirk Cutter was a head coach in college at Boise State and Arizona State. Now first-time head coach in the NFL. Formerly offensive coordinator with the Atlanta Falcons for 3 years.
And we asked him if he felt any different going into this game. He said, absolutely not. I still have the same nerves, and it's great that I have the confidence in our coordinators.
Jameis Winston throwing on the run, completing to Adam Humphries. Short pickup up to the 33-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Adam Humphries has been a great player to have for Jameis Winston. Number one, he was the player that throughout the beginning of the time, the 2nd and 3rd string reps that Jameis Winston had, he was always throwing to Humphries. And Humphries is the John Stockton of this offense. He's the assist guy that gets everyone else open.
Cameron Brate, the tight end, is in the slot. Winston checking off. The linemen all turning around to get the call. All receivers out, flag on the play. Winston in trouble, is brought down. Good tackle by the middle linebacker, the rookie out of LSU, Deion Jones.
And people wonder why Deion Jones didn't start till his senior year. Well, he was behind Quan Alexander, the great linebacker on the other side.
Offside. Defense, number 99, lined up in the neutral zone. That 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
Now you heard it from Jeff Triplett. Adrian Claiborne, the defensive end, lining up in the neutral zone, and that cost the Falcons.
Those are the penalties that you cannot have, because sure enough, they had them stop short of the first down. Now you're just giving them a free set of downs.
2 tight ends in, Cameron Brate and Brandon Myers. On first down, the play fake. Winston in trouble. They dumped it off to Doug Martin. You saw the strength of Jameis Winston. He was hit hard as he threw by Grady Jarrett and got it away to Doug Martin and a pickup of 14 on the play.
You talk about a stout, big, tough quarterback. He knows that it's coming down. He sees it into his face, and he's still holding in there with his eyes downfield in order to deliver it and drop it off to Doug Martin.
First down for the Bucs at the Falcons 48. Winston drops it off again to Doug Martin. And Martin brought down at the Falcons 41. Time for another update. Back to L.A. to Carissa Thompson.
Sam, how about this? San Diego at Kansas City. The first rounder from 2015, Melvin Gordon. He had no scores last year. He's got 2. today. He's responsible for those 14 points, 14 threes. San Diego's up.
Wow, there's a surprise start. Thanks, Carissa. San Diego, good start in Kansas City. Jumping through is Doug Martin. He is strong runner in the middle. He's got a first down at the Atlanta 34-yard line. Ricardo Allen, the safety, comes up to make the stop. The Falcons, they too drafted a defensive back in the first round, and that is Keanu Neal, but he's down injured with a knee injury. He'll probably miss at least another game after this one.
And that's a big loss for them on the defensive side of the ball, because he wants to play that Cam Chancellor role. If you think of the Seattle defense coming over, he's a big physical player, and in 11 plays in the preseason, he had 5 solo tackles and 3 assists.
Charles Sims on that first down carry. We go to the sideline. Holly Saunders has an update. Holly.
Thanks, Sam. Another injury to report. Number 50 for the Falcons, defensive end Brooks Reed, has a left shoulder injury. He was taken to the locker room. He walked under his own power. He's going in there for further evaluation. I'll keep you updated.
Thanks, Holly. That's a big loss. Key man on the defensive side. Winston to Humphreys. Humphreys turns it into a big gainer. Knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line. A gain of 26. Deion Jones finally caught up to him, but a nice play by the quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Nice job setting it up. You see him right here on the inside. They set it up by the offensive line. You see him break it off. Vincent Jackson with the nice block gets the offensive lineman in front of him. But they're doing a nice job having a change of pace, getting up tempo, running the ball, running the little screens, but now they have to finish this drive.
Here's Martin. And he's hit as he gets to the 5-yard line. Gets down to the 4, a gain of 2. Grady Jarrett, the defensive tackle, with the stop. Dan Quinn, second-year head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Defense is his specialty. They have looked to shore up the defense. There was improvement last year. 2 tight ends in, Brandon Myers and Luke Stalker for the Bucs. Jackson motions. Off the fake, Jameis Winston. Looking, throwing back, touchdown to Brandon Myers, the tight end. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have taken the lead back. Have tied the game at 10 as Jameis Winston led a 75-yard touchdown drive. Big play, the offsides. Atlanta on 3rd and 2. Offsides.
Offsides gave them a new set of downs and a great screen to Humphreys to continue to open things up for their offense.
Aguayo kicks it off. Weems watches it go over his head for a touchback. Matt Ryan brings his team back on the field. Good ball game, tied at 10. Jameis Winston, 4-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Myers to tie the game. Now Matt Ryan starts from the 25. Tevin Coleman, the running back. Patrick DeMarco, the fullback, shifting. Coleman trying to get outside. That's well played by the front of the Bucs. Loss of a half yard on the play.
Let's go back to the touchdown. You see Brandon Myers at the right tight end, and Jones, the linebacker, is the one that's supposed to have one-on-one. He's supposed to have that coverage. You see Philip Wheeler outside contained, takes Vincent Jackson, but what happens? 2-on-1. Deion Jones gets eaten up, thinks that the tight end is going to block things off, leaves his man alone, and sure enough, touchdown for Brandon Myers, taking advantage of a young, inexperienced rookie.
DeMarco shifts into the backfield. Ryan throws to the 38-yard line.
First catch of the day, and what do you know? Things have worked for them offensively, bringing in Mohamed Sanu. There you see just once again backpedaling. You see that Vernon Hargreaves, the young rookie, backing up, trying to give him a little bit of space, but it's tough when you're fighting up against a complete beast in Julio Jones.
That's quite a matchup for Vernon Hargreaves to start his NFL career. Here's Ryan, sets up the screen. Coleman picks up some blocks into Bucs territory down to the 45-yard line. Quan Alexander made the stop, but a gain of 16 on the play.
Nice job once again, the offensive line being able to punch and pass, getting things open. You see getting out in space. You see Chris Chester, the veteran, getting open. You see Alex Mack, the center. This is exactly what they want on the offensive side of the ball. Nice changeup, running, passing, getting Julio Jones involved, but being able to get the catches out of the backfield.
Devontae Freeman back in at running back. DeMarco the fullback. Here's Freeman. Trying to get outside, and a good play by Levante David. Oh, we've got Carissa Thompson working all the games. Carissa, what's the update?
Well, Sam, we got the Bengals and the Jets. You guys had Mohamed Sanu score in your game. His former teammate, A.J. Green, burning Darrelle Revis on this 54-yard touchdown catch. Bengals up 10-7. Sam?
Always an argument. Who's better, Julio Jones or A.J. Green?
And it's not often that you hear Darrelle Revis getting burned.
That's right. Thanks to Carissa. We'll be doing the updates all day long. Freeman and Coleman both in at the same time. On second down, it's Coleman. Back down to the 44-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and 9. Darryl Smith, the veteran. Darryl Smith in his 13th year, brought in for his experience. He played his college ball right here at Georgia Tech, but was with the Ravens last season.
But he was also in Jacksonville under defensive coordinator Mike Smith, and he said he is a player's coach. And sure enough, you hear Gerald McCoy say, man, we were frustrated. But right away, Smith said, just relax. You're going to love this defense, and they all do.
Devontae Freeman, the running back. On 3rd and 9, Ryan fires, and it's broken up. Outstanding play by Brent Grimes, a one-time Atlanta Falcon. He started with his NFL career with the Falcons. Last 3 years in Miami. And now with the Bucs, and they like his play. They feel he's still got a lot to give. What did Mike Smith call him? A freakish athlete.
He is a freak athlete, and he may be small in stature at only 5'10", but he plays like he's 6'2". Unbelievable vertical jumping ability, but just has a knack for the football.
Matt Bosher to punt it. High punt, fair catch, waved for by Adam Humphries at the 9-yard line. The Bucs come up with a strong defensive stand. Brent Grimes breaks up the pass. Mike Smith, the former Atlanta coach, loves it. NFC South rivals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons. The good news they got was Carolina lost in Denver Thursday night.
And both of these teams understand that that bar has been set by the Panthers last season, and they all feel that they're right in the middle of the chase of this, and they need to start strong.
Bucs start from the 9-yard line. Doug Martin on the carry. A couple of yards on the play. Check out the offensive leaders thus far in the game. Jameis Winston is 8 for 12, 70 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. He's had a 7-play drive for a field goal and a 9-play drive for a touchdown.
You could definitely tell that Jameis has settled down from the opening drives where he was overthrowing. 6 for 6 that last drive, and really settling in and taking control of the offense.
3 tight ends in for the Bucs. Winston with time. Doug Martin hit immediately. Excellent play by the veteran Sean Weatherspoon. Back with the Falcons.
He is a physical, emotional player, and they said right away you could feel the energy and his excitement from being back to the Atlanta Falcons.
He's fired up. Ball at the 16-yard line. 3rd and 3. Winston to Doug Martin. Try to cut back in. Looks like he's a little short of the first down. He slipped. There's a late flag. Flag just came in, and we'll check that out. Kamal Ishmael made the tackle for Atlanta.
It's going to be on Howley coming in late and going low.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 68 in the offense. Half the distance is the goal. Since that foul occurred after the play was over, it is 4th down.
Joe Hawley, the center, called on the personal foul.
You see him coming in and with the cheap shot, coming in, hitting in the back.
Ooh. All right, you're an offensive lineman. Well, you had to have some of those. What's your reaction when?
I never had one of those because when I hit somebody, I wanted to look them in the eye. I wouldn't hit anybody in the back like that. Not to mention, whistle's blown, the ball is down. Don't cost your team a penalty, and a stupid one at that.
Punting out of the end zone, just getting it away was Brian Anger. Fair catch wait for by Eric Weems. And the 39-yard line. Good kick by Anger. Atlanta defense does the job, and the offense is back on the field. Today is September 11th, and we honor and remember all of those who were lost in the September 11th, 2001 attacks on our nation, including hundreds of first responders who sacrificed their lives for our country. Now, 15 years later, we also remember and celebrate the unity that arose out of this tragedy. We'll tell you a little bit more in just a moment. On first down, Ryan off the play fake, wants to go deep, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Julio Jones. Want to also remember to learn how you can make a difference year-round. Visit 911day.org. This has become a big charitable engagement day.
And rightfully so. You think about how many families were affected by this, losing loved ones. So it's great to be able to give back and support those and all those that lost and perished and those who lost loved ones.
Those shoes belong to Mohamed Sanu. On the carry, Tevin Coleman. It's up to the 43-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 6. Matt Ryan 9 for 12, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Kind of the game we expected. Both these teams with real good offenses trying to improve their defenses, and the defenses have both made plays in this game. Jacob Tammy, the tight end, shifting into the backfield. Ryan gets rid of it to Coleman. Nice play by Coleman. Down the sideline inside the 30. Still going and down close to the 10-yard line. The safety, Chris Conte, saved a touchdown.
Nice job by the offensive line up front. They ran on the defensive side of what's called a radar. They had 5 guys standing up, roaming around. Offensive line solidified it, picked everyone up in order for Matt Ryan to keep his eyes downfield and deliver it to Coleman.
47-yard play. And both these teams with excellent backs out of the backfield. And you saw it with Tevin Coleman and that great speed we talked about. The ball at the 10, it's 1st and goal. Devontae Freeman down to the 7-yard line where Bradley McDougal, the safety, made the tackle. Explosive plays. Both of these teams capable of the explosive play, whether it's running, the short pass turned into a 47-yard play.
Weapons on the offensive side of the ball are not what either one of these teams are lacking, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Devontae Freeman shifts back into the backfield on 2nd and goal. Tried to shovel it to Freeman, but he was stopped. Didn't fool anybody, least of all the Pro Bowler Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy continues to be a disruptive force, but that's just a smart veteran play. You see him get upfield, recognize it, just pressure and penetration into the backfield. You sometimes get it in run plays where you get the TE twist, and now they're doing everything they can up front for the Buccaneers to cause as many problems for this offensive line for the Falcons.
Loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and goal at the 12. 3 tight ends in for the Falcons. All receivers out. Flags on the play. They stop the play. Looks like a false start against the Falcons.
False start. Number 70, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's the left tackle, Jake Matthews.
Second penalty of the game. He had one earlier, illegal hands to the face, and now here's another one, just moving a little bit early.
Well, concerned by Ayers, the pass rusher. Certainly he was worried about him on the play. 5 penalties for Atlanta in the game.
This is the 2-minute warning.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. Thank you, Jeff Triplett. Falcons threatening, the game tied at 10. 3rd and goal from the 17. Coleman on the draw and just gets down to the 16. Fans don't like the play call. You can hear the reaction. Here comes the field goal kicking unit out.
The Boo Birds came out for that one, but this is the same people.
Timeout. Tampa Bay, they're first. It's a 30-second timeout.
But it's the same crowd that booed when they were trying to force things in the red zone and were coming away with turnovers and 0 points.
Matt Bryant will attempt the field goal. Trying to put Atlanta back in the lead. Visa halftime report coming up. We will send you to Houston, where Kurt Menefee standing by with Howie, Jimmy, Terry, and Michael. Go around the league. 34-yard field goal try for Matt Bryant. Matt Bosher, the holder. Josh Harris, the long snapper. The kick is good. Matt Bryant is 2 for 2, and the Falcons have regained the lead. Time to get another update. For that, back to LA to Carissa Thompson.
Well, Sam, Green Bay at Jacksonville, and it's a moment that Packers fans have been waiting for since December 2014. Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. Green Bay is up 14-10. Sam?
Thanks, Carissa. Good to hear that combination back in business.
You know, Jordy Nelson is the complete X factor for that offense, and we all saw last season without him in there how much it affected everybody else, especially Randall Cobb.
Yep. Packers with a lead in Jacksonville. Looking around at scores around the league. Biggest surprise, San Diego leading in Kansas City 21-3.
A lot of expectations for the Kansas City Chiefs, thinking that this is the year that they were going to turn the corner from being a team that had a young roster but got a lot of experience to now.
Here in Atlanta, Matt Bosher to kick it off. Another deep kick and no return. We've had no returns in the game. The touchback will give the Bucs the ball at the 25. Don't forget to check out Damon Wayans and Clayne Crawford in Lethal Weapon. It premieres Wednesday, September 21st on Fox. Thoughts on Jameis Winston in the first half?
You could tell he definitely settled down after the first 2 drives, easing into it, opening up the offense. But let's see how he finishes this quarter, because we've seen him in this dome finish off a game with a 2-minute drive to win last season.
Charles Sims, the running back. Winston gets rid of it, and it's off the hands of Humphries and incomplete.
I will say this, it has been a difference at the line of scrimmage with the ability of the Atlanta Falcons defensive line to get pressure and hits on the quarterback. That one by Dwight Freeney. but we all know that this was an emphasis for this team to be able to start getting the numbers back, because 19 sacks in the season and being 32nd like they were last year will not get it done.
Freeney, 36 years old, but he's still getting pressure on the quarterback. Winston drops it off to his tight end, Brate. Cameron Brate ridden out of bounds by Kamal Ishmael, the safety. Brate, the second-year man out of Harvard. The Bucs with 4 tight ends up for this game.
They like to go 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and try to use that to stretch the field vertically.
Ball just across the ball at the 31-yard line. Here's a 3rd and 4. Flag on the play. Winston throws and completes it to Cameron Brate, the tight end, up at the 48-yard line, but it looks like a flag against the Bucs.
Left guard Kevin Pamfield, we talked about the crowd noise. When you're going silent, he moved early.
Now,
wow.
Let's see.
They're saying
Jameis Winston thinks it's against the Falcons, and it is.
Offside, defense number 99. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is first down.
Second offside call against Adrian Claiborne. If this one declined, becomes a first down to 48.
He moved, but I didn't think he crossed the line of scrimmage.
So it's the Bucs with a first down. As they try to get something going, all receivers out. Winston with time. Cameron Brate on the catch. Brought down at the Atlanta 45 by the rookie Devondre Campbell. No huddle for the Bucs. On 2nd and 3. Winston being rushed. Steps up. Dumps it off to Charles Sims. And Sims gets down to the 41. He's got enough for the first down. And a timeout used by the Bucs. They have 1 remaining.
Timeout. Tampa Bay, their second. Please put 59 seconds back on the game clock. 5-9 on the game clock. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Thank you.
Let's go to Kurt Menefee and see what's coming up on the Visa Halftime Report. Here's Kurt in Houston.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report live from Houston, we have liftoff on the NFL season. RG3 makes his debut against the Eagles. The Jets looking for the upset against the Bengals. And we'll preview the huge game between the Giants and Cowboys. That's all T-minus a few minutes on the Visa Halftime Report.
Those guys going up in the space shuttle?
I don't think so. I don't think they'd let Jay Glazer out of space.
Winston throwing, and the pass incomplete. Try to hit Vincent Jackson. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Bucs with 1 timeout remaining. And 52 seconds remaining in this first half. Charles Sims in the backfield with Jameis Winston. 3 receivers right. Pressure on the safety blitz by Kamal Ishmael. He pressured Jameis Winston into a poor throw.
The pocket is collapsing, and when you have a big quarterback like this and you can't step up and deliver it like you'd like to, that's where you see the issues in the technique of any quarterback. Vic Beasley getting the pressure on the inside move with DeMar Dotson, Kamal Ishmael on the outside. We haven't seen pressure and the ability to affect the quarterback like this in a long time from the Falcons defense.
Austin Seferian-Jenkins, the tight end, 3 wide receivers in on 3rd and 10. Winston throws and completes to Vincent Jackson, a first down at the 30. Desmond Trufant on the coverage. Jameis Winston moving the team up, looking to spike it. No, calling a play, takes it back and throws outside to Vincent Jackson. A completion down to the 23-yard line.
I think the Atlanta defense thought that he was going to spike it as well because they weren't lined up and they weren't set, and Jameis Winston took advantage of it. I wonder if that last hit has affected Jameis Winston because you see him limping right now.
2nd and 3. 25 seconds remaining in this first half, and now Atlanta calls the timeout.
30-second timeout.
Time for an update. We go back to L.A. to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Sam. Minnesota at Tennessee. DeMarco Murray, 3rd team in 3 seasons, but things are working out so far so good with the front flip style points for him. Titans up 10-0. Sam, that move reminds me a lot of you out there on the field.
I don't know about that.
That and the triple Endy. We all know that you can dive too, Sam.
All right, what do you look for here?
You look for a team that needs to throw the ball to the sidelines. You can see that they only have 1 timeout left. They need to maximize as much as they can.
Here's Woodson throwing short to Charles Sims out of the backfield. Nice move by Sims. Spinning, he goes in. Touchdown. What a move. What a run after the catch by Charles Sims.
Great play call by the Dirk Cutter in the offense. You see that they ran vertical routes. I thought that they were just going to try to get it to the outside and use as much time as they can and not waste their time out. But Charles Sims, who was 2nd on the team last year in catches with 51, is able to catch that and be explosive breakthrough tackles and close this half the way that the Buccaneers wanted to.
Poor tackling for Atlanta. They had at least 2, maybe 3 shots at him.
And he kept his legs going, kept his knees high, and was able to finish with the touchdown.
Roberto Aguayo with the extra point that is good. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have taken a 17-13 lead.
See him going right underneath, all linebackers dropping out deep in coverage and just breaking through. Unbelievable desire and determination by Sims to finish it.
Babineau had a shot at him, 95. And then Ricardo Allen, number 37. So with 14 seconds remaining in the first half, we start to go back and forth. Atlanta grabbing the lead, and now the Bucs.
Great moves and jukes, but just more than anything, determination to finish the play.
Ten plays, 75 yards. And Jameis Winston, all passes on the drive, was 7 for 10 on that drive.
The one thing that you worry about now is you saw him limping. They need to make sure that they shore things up protection-wise so that he doesn't get the hits on that he has in the first half.
Roberto Aguayo will kick it off. Jameis Winston seems to be okay on the sideline. Eric Weems is back deep for Atlanta. And once again, the kick deep into the end zone. No run back. 14 seconds remaining in the first half. Second quarter, the Bucs coming alive with the offense. And Jameis Winston accepting congratulations along the sideline for that 75-yard touchdown drive.
It's been a tale of 2 quarters, but the one thing for both football teams, struggling to run the football. The Buccaneers only have 27 yards rushing and the Falcons only 19.
The Bucs will receive the kickoff to start the second half, and reaction not a good one as the Falcons go off trailing by 4. Julio Jones has been kept in check by the Tampa defense. He's had one catch in the game. But Jameis Winston coming alive on that touchdown drive, leading the Bucs down the field. There was some pressure on him, but he handled it well.
He did, and he continues to show his poise in the pocket. Things are coming down the bow. He knows he's going to get those hits, but he keeps his eyes downfield and knows that he needs to deliver accurate footballs to keep their momentum and their offense moving forward. This is the biggest one. You see him continue to fight through it, and how did they finish the drive? With an excellent catch and run by Charles Sims to finish the drive, finish the half, and to go up knowing that they're going to receive it in the second half.
And both teams receiving big contributions from their backup running backs. Charles Sims for Tampa Bay, Tevin Coleman for Atlanta. Here's the comparison of the quarterbacks, both having good first halves, with Jameis Winston throwing 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, which led to the Matt Ryan touchdown pass.
What you think at Jameis Winston, that interception wasn't on him. Him and Vincent Jackson were on different pages. Vincent Jackson broke it out. He thought that he was going to continue upfield and threw a costly interception.
Well, here in Atlanta, kind of the game we expected. Both these teams capable offensively. They can score in a hurry. They can march the ball down, and they've got big plays. We saw Tevin Coleman with a big play. We saw Jameis Winston come through with a pass to Sims, and Sims turning it into a big play.
So it's going to be exciting to see here in the second half what they're going to do to change the game plan to run the ball more effectively on both sides of the ball, to open up things on their offense, especially for the Atlanta Falcons, so they can get those deep shots downfield to get Julio Jones in.
Good matchup between these two teams. 17-13, Tampa Bay leads it. Time for the Visa halftime report, which starts right now. Today's excitement is brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. And the quarterbacks have been putting it up. The touchdown passes. That was today's excitement, brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter have taken a 17-13 lead as Matt Bosher kicks it off for Atlanta. And the touchback, Cecil Shorts takes a knee. We go to the sideline where Holly Saunders has her halftime report. Holly.
Thank you, Sam. Yes, caught up with Coach Cutter on his way into the locker room, and for someone who's giving a speech at halftime for the first time as a head coach, he was pretty darn happy. For a guy who's usually pretty stoic, and has something to do with that touchdown they scored right at halftime as they headed into the locker room. He said that their ability to give up some big plays and to turn it around really shows the resiliency that he has been trying to preach to this team. Also, Coach Quinn said that Jameis, obviously, he's getting into a rhythm. They have to stop that down, and they have to limit the penalties. They also said that to us yesterday, and one of their slogans is doing right longer, guys. No more penalties.
Thanks, Holly. On first down, Jameis Winston turns and completes to Mike Evans, and Evans fights his way up to the 40-yard line. Evans had a quiet first half.
Jameis Winston picking up right here in the second half where he started in the first. See the inside post right away by Mike Evans, getting it high in that big catch radius that he has that Alford can't go up and contest it.
Gain of 15 on that last play. Jameis Winston 18 for 25, 166 yards, has connected with 7 different receivers in the game. Doug Martin, small hole, he squeezes through, gets a couple of yards. Gets 3 yards on the play. Take a look at some numbers from the first half. Jameis Winston in the first quarter, 4 for 8. In the second quarter, 13 for 16.
And I think what you heard Coach Cutter was talking about, not only the team, but Jameis Winston bouncing back immediately from throwing the interception and going that next drive 6 for 6.
3 wide receivers in for the Bucs. High snap, good play by Winston. Throws for Evans, who made a great adjustment to come back on the ball and is down to the 30-yard line.
See everybody on the Atlanta Falcons screaming that they wanted a pass interference call for the push-off. But you see him coming back to the ball. Winston delivering it to the outside, right to the sideline, where only Mike Evans could come back and catch it. Jameis Winston going through his progression. See Evans coming back, and there was a little bit of push-off, but they did not call, and it's been pretty fair back and forth because we haven't had pass interference calls.
That was a 27-yard pickup for Tampa Bay. First down at the Atlanta 30. Winston with time. Throwing deep for the end zone. Safarian-Jenkins holds on for a touchdown. What a catch.
Going to review it and look, see if he caught it. Ball's put away. That's a touchdown. And I know all Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, this is what they've been waiting for. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, first 2 seasons in the NFL, a lot of injuries, but the sky's been the limit. He is everything that you want in a tight end, and you see him running the deep drag, running right down the field. Linebacker like Sean Witherspoon, unable to compete and run at the same speed, gets over the top and comes away with a nice touchdown to strike first here in the second half.
And the play confirmed. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, third-year man out of the University of Washington, second-round draft pick in 2014, coming up with a great catch. Roberto Aguayo with the extra point, and now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have opened up a 24-13 lead. Oh, you like that when your receivers hang on.
You know, Jameis Winston's fired up.
The Varsity, a restaurant chain iconic in the modern culture of Atlanta. Originally named the Yellow Jacket, the Varsity was established in 1928 at the corner of your street, Lucky Street, and Hemphill Avenue in Midtown Atlanta. Last 4 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 75-yard drives. 3 of them for Jameis Winston and 3 touchdown passes in the game. Aguayo's kickoff, Eric Weems, first run back of the game. Weems across the 20 to the 22. Matt Ryan's first chance here in the second half, 11 for 14, 162 yards and 1 touchdown. You know, we talked to both coaches, and they talked about running the football. Well, there's been more passing than running in this game.
There most certainly has, but it's going to be very important for the Falcons to establish the run, because that's how they can get Julio Jones involved in this football game, with being able to take those play-action shots that he thrives on.
Devontae Freeman only 5 carries for 4 yards. Play fake. Ryan connects with Julio Jones. Up to the 39-yard line. There you go.
This is exactly what they need to do. You see Julio Jones right here playing one-on-one, gets off, nobody even touches him. And when you're playing off coverage and don't do anything to disrupt Julio Jones, these are what he comes up with. Huge catches to convert for first downs.
Beat Alteron Werner on the play. First down at the 39. Freeman, nice hole. Slipped a couple of tackles and gets up to the 46-yard line.
It's only been 2 plays here in the second half, but you can tell the intensity of this Atlanta Falcons offense has completely changed, because they are being much more physical and much more confident in themselves than they were in the first half.
What are you seeing there?
I see that the offensive line coming off of the football and being physical and starting to try to wear down this defensive line.
Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Quick outside to Mohamed Sanu. He's got a first down. And he is dragged down by the ankles by Quan Alexander. Quan Alexander was suspended for the last 4 games of last season.
And it totally changed the complexion of the defensive scheme for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you think about the impact he's had on this series. In the 2 games versus the Falcons, he had 21 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception, and 2 forced fumbles.
Well, he's a force out there. He and Levante David, quite a combination at linebacker for the Bucs. First down Falcons at the Bucs 49. Ryan being rushed, and McCoy's got him. McCoy didn't go for the fake to Freeman. He went right for the quarterback.
He is still a dominant player here. You see him just penetration, getting into the backfield, beaten right away. Chris Chester at that right guard position, trying to reach him. That first initial step is absolutely explosive.
There's a late flag, and the officials are huddling up, talking it over. Dirk Cutter waiting. All right, here's Jeff Triplett on the call.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, 2 players in a choreographed celebration. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Tampa Bay, and that'll be a big one. It brings the ball down to the Bucs 40-yard line. So instead of being a loss of 6, the ball moved down to the 40. All right. There's the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Choreographed celebration.
First down for Atlanta. Sanu motions. Freeman carries. Gets a couple of yards on the play. Juan Alexander in on the tackle.
I understand that you don't want to have taunting, you don't want to have any of that stuff, but you're having fun. This is a game. You're playing the game of football. There was nothing wrong or bad about that they were waving their arms back and forth. Those are the calls I do not agree with.
3 wide receivers for Atlanta. Tevin Coleman in the backfield. On 2nd and 8. Tammy shifts. Ryan sets up the screen, and Coleman is stopped. Oh, that's a good play by Levante David.
Did not fool Levante David on that one, because actually what they tried to do is they tried faking the screen left to the wide receiver and ran the screen right to the running back. So very nice job by Levante David, running, getting downhill, and coming up with a huge tackle. Did not fool Levante David whatsoever.
Loss of 5 on the play, back to the 44. 3rd and 14. Ryan steps up under pressure, dumps it off to Tammy. And Jacob Tammy gets down to the 35 before he's shoved back. Short of a first down. Levante David with the hit on Tammy and a late flag. And Levante David seems to think it's against the Falcons. Jeff Triplett.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 65 of the offense. 15-yard penalty.
That's on Chris Chester, the right guard. Unnecessary roughness.
Chris Chester sees right now Jacob Tammy going down, and Levante David forcing him and pressing down, hitting him in the helmet right there, and trying to fight and get his guy off of there and push his back.
Yep.
It's always the second guy that gets called for that one, but Chris Chester, doing what any offensive lineman does, protects his guy.
Ball back to midfield, forces the punt. Matt Bosher to punt. So a couple of undisciplined penalties. But the one on the Falcons forces them to give the ball up. The high kick. Adam Humphries fair catch at the 14-yard line. Levante David with a couple of big tackles. Well, we've had a late flag on the play before we leave you. Matt Bosher coming off.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 50 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That's on Atlanta.
Timeout.
Unnecessary roughness. It's a lot of that creeping in here in the third quarter. Jameis Winston will start from the 7-yard line. He's had 3 touchdown drives of 75 yards each. 20 for 27, 223 yards. 3 tight ends in for the Bucs. Doug Martin, the running back, trying to find an opening. They push forward across the 10-yard line. How about Jameis Winston's day?
Especially to start off here in the second half with this drive. Gets it to Mike Evans, back to back, opens things up, sitting, delivering, making his reads, going through his progressions, and hitting a deep ball to Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Now let's see if they can capitalize and build on that last drive to open up things offensively, starting off with that first run by Doug Martin.
Ball up at the 10-yard line. Short drop. Winston throws and is broken up. Robert Alford reaching in, batting it away from Vincent Jackson. It's a good play by Alford.
Great bounce back play by Alford, who gave up the ones to Mike Evans. You see him coming down, breaking through, and making sure he comes away with the pass defense. It's a big challenge for those guys going up against Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson, who outsize him. But you could see, and when you talk to Desmond Trufant and Robert Alford, they play with no conscience. They bounce back quickly.
Here's Winston on third down. The ball batted down. And a flag on the play. We'll have to check that one out. Pass got deflected. A lot of talking going on here. Alford and Mike Evans. Uh-oh. And there's a flag.
Number 36.
I think Jeff Triplett was about to call the safety Kamal Ishmael on a hold, which would have given the Bucs a first down.
But he got stopped because Alford and Mike Evans started getting into it. This second half is starting to get chippy here. You got 2 division familiar foes. They know each other. They do not like each other, but they understand this may be week 1. But the importance of this game in the division, especially with the Carolina loss on Thursday.
An early division matchup. Dan Quinn with some strong words for his cornerback.
There are 2 fouls on the play. The first was a holding, number 36 defense. That penalty is declined. After the play's over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense. A 15-yard penalty will be administered. Automatic first down.
He didn't tell us who the personal foul was on. We'll try and find out, but nevertheless, the Bucs drive continues as they get a first down at the 25-yard line. And the head coach of the Falcons, Dan Quinn, very upset as the Falcons let the Bucs off the hook. The end around. It's Shepard, Russell Shepard, carrying up across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
I love Russell Shepard's toughness. He is a small guy, but he is tough. He has tenacity. And you never think a wide receiver is going to be the one in 2015 that leads special teams and tackles.
Shepard stays in the game. On 2nd and 1. The fake and the handoff to Doug Martin. He's got a first down. He battles his way up to the 39-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Second effort by Doug Martin, just continues to drive and push the pile, and we said it in the first half immediately. Dan Quinn talking to him, we need to do a great job tackling Doug Martin. Wow. And this is where his ability to start breaking these into huge runs take place.
Here's Martin again. Good hole. Gets across midfield, hangs onto the football, and falls forward to the 44-yard line. 17-yard run for Doug Martin. Ricardo Allen on the tackle.
The left side of the offensive line are moving people at the point of attack. Nice pull by Joe Hawley at the center position. You see Ali Marpet with the down block. Panfield, they're starting to win the battle at the point of attack, and this is where Doug Martin is taking over this football game.
First down for the Buccaneers on the Falcons 44. Once again, it's Martin. This time he ran into a wall and gets shoved back. No gain on the play. Maybe lost half a yard. Bucs 15 runs, 29 passes in the game. But as David said moments ago, they're starting to go to that ground game with Doug Martin and starting to grind it out. Charles Sims now in at running back, and he splits out wide to the left. Out of the spread formation. Jameis Winston steps up and throws deep, looking for Evans, and he's got it for a touchdown.
Great identification by Jameis Winston. Notices right away that there is a mismatch. He looks down at the bottom of the screen. You can see Vincent Jackson is going up against Devondre Campbell. So you look and you see him right away. He knows exactly where he's going to go with the football, because Vincent Jackson did not get disrupted, or my mistake, Mike Evans did not get disrupted at the line of scrimmage and just ran a flat-out fly and got over the top of both Alford and the safety.
Fourth touchdown pass of the game for Jameis Winston. And have we seen two spectacular catches by Evans and then Safarian Jenkins prior to that? Wow. Aguayo's kick is good. And this becomes a touchdown drive of 92 yards. Mike Evans on the grab. And the Bucs have... Atlanta Falcons had a 13-10 lead in the second quarter. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have now scored 21 unanswered points. Jameis Winston with 4 touchdown passes in the game.
Continues to show confidence in developing and growing throughout this football game after a shaky start.
Aguayo's kick, Eric Weems brings it back from 5 yards deep. Has a lane in the middle and is hauled down. Good return by Eric Weems. Up to the 28-yard line, a return of 34. Doug Martin had a big run during that drive, helped set up the touchdown pass to Mike Evans. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have put up some numbers yardage-wise in the second and third quarters.
And you think about it, the Atlanta Falcons are giving them those opportunities. The touchdown before the end of the half, the offsides by Adrian Claiborne on 3rd and 2, and then they had the one on Kamal Ishmael on this drive, as well as the penalty on Alford.
On first down, the play fake by Matt Ryan. Being pressured, he throws and completes it to the tight end Austin Hooper, the rookie out of Stanford, making the grab. His first NFL catch, a 14-yard pickup.
They said that the sky's the limit for him. He needs to continue to grow, and more importantly, his ability to block. They said that is his weakness, and if you're on the football field running 2 tights, you've got to be able to block at the point of attack.
Tammy and Toilolo now the tight ends for the Atlanta Falcons. Aldrick Robinson, one of the wideouts, to the right side. Ryan to put it up again, under pressure, too high. Try to get it to Jacob Tammy. He and Tammy have developed some good chemistry in the offseason.
Tammy had his most productive career season last year, and you could tell they had that connectivity, but that one overthrown by Matt Ryan.
Brings up a 2nd and 10. Falcons need to answer back here, get some momentum on their side. 3 wide receivers in for Atlanta. All receivers out. Ryan to Devontae Freeman. Levante David takes him out of bounds up near midfield. Right at midfield.
They need a first down on this one to get the crowd back into it. But not only that, as of right now, the Atlanta Falcons are only 2 for 7 on third down.
There's 3rd and 3. Matt Ryan's had some good numbers. The Falcons have not been able to sustain some of the drives. That pass is dropped by Mohamed Sanu. He's made some excellent catches. He's had a couple of drops in the game.
And that's something that he had in his time when he wasn't here and he was in Cincinnati, were those drops that went right to your hands. And when you're at this point in the game, you need to catch that football.
Brent Grimes did a good job.
They hit him right in the hands. Got to give credit to Brent Grimes for pushing it, but here it is, big fourth down.
Falcons going for it on 4th down here at midfield, down by 18 points. Late 3rd quarter. Ryan throws and a catch by Tammy. The pass was thrown behind him. Jacob Tammy with a great adjustment and the catch.
Nice job of an adjustment by Jacob Tammy, turning over his right shoulder to be able to come back and catch that one. But here Atlanta goes. They're going up tempo. They're back right at the line of scrimmage.
No huddle. First down at the Tampa Bay 40-yard line. Ryan fires again. And this time Sanu holds on. Down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 7.
It's definitely giving them energy. It's giving them momentum. But what also are they doing? They're not letting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense substitute like they have been, not only in this half, but the first half as well.
Ryan called the team back into the huddle on this 2nd and 3. Tevin Coleman is the running back. 3 wide receivers in. Ryan steps up and runs for it. First down to the 25-yard line. 8-yard gain for Matt Ryan. Jude Barima, the cornerback, made the stop for Tampa Bay. But a big first down.
Nice job by Matt Ryan, seeing that nothing is there as the pocket opened up because of the different movements by the defensive line, being able to run and get the first down.
3 wide receivers, Justin Hardy, Mohamed Sanu, and Julio Jones for the Falcons. Tevin Coleman on the carry. Hard hit by Quan Alexander. Let's get an update from Carissa Thompson. What's happening?
Oh, a lot's happening, Sam, for Drew Brees. Oakland, New Orleans, Brandon Cooks, 98-yard touchdown catch from Brees. That's the longest of Brees' career, and that's Brandon Cooks' 2nd touchdown of the day, 24-10. Saints up in this one. Sam?
Wow. Thanks, Carissa. Here's Ryan throwing to Julio Jones. Lots of room. He's in. Touchdown.
Julio Jones coming right across the grain. You see him right here at the top, one-on-one, uncontested at the line of scrimmage. You see every defensive back and linebacker back up. Of all people you should cover it, it is Julio Jones. Completely untouched the entire play.
Falcons will go for 2. They're down by 12, looking to cut it to 10. Three wide receivers to the right. Sanu, Hardy, and Jones. Jacob Tammy, tight end, to the left. Devontae Freeman, the running back. Ryan, they get to 2. It's good. Mohamed Sanu on the catch. A big drive for the Atlanta Falcons. The 4th down conversion was huge, and the Falcons take it in.
Great job changing in huddle and up tempo at the line of scrimmage.
40th consecutive game in which Matt Ryan has passed for at least 200 yards.
He has done some phenomenal things here in the Dome, but I like what they did, Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan, changing the tempo of this football game and putting the momentum on their side, going no huddle, doing things at the line of scrimmage, going back to the huddle. They dictated the tempo of that drive.
Buccaneers were looking for a possible onside kick. Instead, it's into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bucs will start from their 25. Small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. I've got that. David's got that. Our whole crew has got that. We get into the car after the game. We're watching football.
I love that app. It allows you to watch every single game because right now, this is the most important game that's going on, and I couldn't be more excited to be up here with you, Sam.
Doug Martin, the running back. Jameis Winston, who's had himself quite a game. Fakes the toss, rolls, and completes to Mike Evans, who's hit down hard by Ricardo Allen, the safety. But a pickup of 8 on the play. Jameis Winston has put up some outstanding numbers. See, the first quarter, a little bit of a slow start, but now 22 for 31, 276 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Russell Shepard is in the game at wide receiver for Tampa Bay. And he motions. Doug Martin. No hole. Well played by the Falcons. There was nothing there. That's a loss of a yard on the play. Kamal Ishmael, the safety, stepping up. By the way, you see number 50 there is Brooks Reed. He went out with a shoulder problem in the first half, but he's back in the game and okay for Atlanta.
Grady Jarrett was also in on that play. He is somebody throughout the preseason that everybody in the Falcons organization spoke very highly of, and they say the sky is the limit for him as a defensive tackle in the NFL.
3rd and 3 for Tampa Bay. Humphreys motioned. Martin stopped in the backfield. Big defensive stop led by Kamal Ishmael, who's made a couple of big plays here. The Falcons defense comes up big. That was a big series for Atlanta's defense. As David mentioned, feel a little momentum shift, the crowd back into the game.
Because now
this is the end of the third quarter.
All right, third quarter has come to an end. Started off big for Tampa Bay. They opened up the 18-point lead, but the Falcons have cut it to 10. Jameis Winston going up and down the sideline, reminding his teammates it's fourth quarter. And the Bucs want to maintain the lead. Sam Rosen, David Deal, Holly Saunders here in Atlanta. Glad you're with us on the Sunday season opener for the Falcons and the Buccaneers.
And that last drive was a big turnaround for the Atlanta Falcons offense, the one that scored and was capped by Julio Jones, because they dictated the tempo of this football game. They weren't worried as the defensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. Mike Smith was doing 3 down, 4 down. They ran their offense.
Eric Weems waits for a fair catch at the 15-yard line. The punt by Brian Anger. And Atlanta will get the football. Saturday, college football coverage kicks off when Iowa State takes on number 15 ranked TCU at noon Eastern on FS1. And number 4 ranked Ohio State takes on number 14 ranked Oklahoma at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. That's a lot of good college football. Especially tune in.
That Ohio State-Oklahoma game is going to be a great one.
Oh, yeah. From the 15, DeMarco and Coleman in the back, and Freeman in the backfield. Short drop, shovel pass to Devontae Freeman. It's across the 20 before he's hit at the 22-yard line. Check out Atlanta's offensive leaders, and you go with Matt Ryan, 21 for 26, 253 yards, and 2 touchdown passes. Falcons have only run for 33 yards in the game. As Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman have been kept in check. 3 tight ends in for the Falcons. Toilolo motions, goes to the right side. Short drop by Ryan, completes to Julio Jones, and he's got a first down. That's Roddy White.
Talk about offensive leaders for the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, I love talking to Roddy White and talking to Julio Jones, because Julio Jones said, I wouldn't be the player who I am today if I didn't have a professional and a leader like Roddy White teaching me what it's like to be a professional in the NFL, working day in and day out.
Falcons with a first down at the 30. Here's Devontae Freeman, finds a hole. He explodes through that hole. Big year he had last year.
Great job by Ryan Schrader. Look at the pancake block right there, getting it at the point of attack. But I think this was set up with the zone scheme by running the little shovel to Devontae Freeman earlier, because once again you get these penetrating defensive linemen like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing one gap, getting upfield. You've got to do something to disrupt that timing.
10-yard gain off the play fake. Ryan wants to go deep, and he throws to Julio Jones, and he can't hold on. He was hit by the safety Bradley McDougald and couldn't hold on. Good play by McDougald.
We talked about the shots downfield, getting Julio Jones incorporated off of the runs. They're getting the run game going. He gets a shot, gets open, and that is something that we do not see, is Julio Jones wide open, drop a football.
Bring up a 2nd and 10 for Atlanta. Julio Jones with 4 catches in the game. 37 consecutive games in which he's had at least 4 receptions. And the handoff inside to Tevin Coleman. Levante David on the stop, and Julio Jones a little shaken up on the sideline.
He gets up slow. We know that he had an ankle in the preseason. Now is it affecting his play? Granted, that's not what caused the drop, but it is a concern when Julio Jones is on the sidelines when you're down in a football game.
3rd and 3. Justin Hardy in at wide receiver. The fake by Ryan. He fakes it. He's corralled and brought down. Sacked at the 45-yard line. Quan Alexander.
There's the pit running the play action once again. He stepped up, and I don't think he needed to step up as much as he did. He tried bringing it up, getting all the way into the line of scrimmage, where he's walking and going right into the floor of the defense of Quan Alexander.
3rd sack of the game for the Bucs. And forced to punt are the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Bosher back to kick it away. Adam Humphries just short of the 15. There's a flag on the play. Did they run into the kicker? Matt Bosher was limping a little bit.
I think the best dramatic actor award goes to Matt Bosher, because it's his own guy.
Oh, yeah. That was Patrick DeMarco, the fullback, and the protector on the play. Let's see, guys.
Introduce the hands to the face. Number 53 of the receiving team. That penalty will be assessed at the dead ball spot of the kick. First down, Tampa Bay.
Okay, so the kick is okay. Darius Glanton, the man called for illegal hands to the face. The Bucs go on offense with a 10-point lead when we come back. Julio Jones still trying to walk off the effects of the tackle on that last pass attempt. Now the Bucs start from the 7-yard line with a 10-point lead. Sims on the carry, spins. Very little pickup, no gain on the play. Here's that injury we talked about.
Watch his left ankle get rolled up right here. You see it get trapped underneath him, and that's why he came up limping right away is that left ankle. You see it get stuck and his body go right over it.
Doug Martin has come into the game for Tampa Bay. 3 wide receivers. Humphreys, Jackson, and Evans. Jameis Winston, nobody open. Buys some time. And then runs with it and is shoved out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. Deion Jones, the rookie middle linebacker. NFL debut for Deion Jones. Second-round draft pick out of LSU. Atlanta wanted more speed in their lineup. That's why they drafted those linebackers. Crowd loud on a big 3rd down play. Winston, too high, try to get it to Mike Evans. Double coverage along that side. Brian Poole was there. Desmond Trufant was there, and it's 3 and out for Tampa Bay. It's a big series for the Falcons.
Huge series for the Falcons, and that is the exact same spot and throw where he was picked off in the first half. So that one, you knew he was going to throw high and outside without letting Trufant go up and get it, but he didn't give his receiver the opportunity to catch it either.
2 consecutive 3 and outs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anger with a good high punt. Eric Weems looks around. He's got room to return. And is brought down at about the 39-yard line. Julio Jones coming back on the field. Sore ankle and all. He's ready to go. Falcons start from the 40-yard line. Trailing by 10 points. And this is the first of 2 good ones coming up. Most of you will see the Giants and the Cowboys in Dallas. Some of you will see the Lions and the Colts. Tevin Coleman, the running back. Matt Ryan, who's had a good day. Coleman on the carry. Cut up field, and he gets about 3 up to the 43-yard line. Bradley McDougald, the safety, on the tackle. But most of the tackles for the Buccaneers in this game have come from the middle linebacker, Quan Alexander, who has 15.
Unbelievable. So there's 36 total tackles in 3 games versus the Atlanta Falcons in his career.
Last game he played before his 4-game suspension was against Atlanta in Tampa, and Tampa won that game last season. Tampa swept the Falcons in their 2-game series. Off the play fake. Ryan connects with Tevin Coleman out of the backfield. Down the sideline, he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Make it to 36.
Great job by the offensive line of the Atlanta Falcons, giving him that perfect half moon arc where Matt Ryan has the time to look through his progressions and make a nice throw. And Julio Jones, you could see him out there fighting through it, but you could tell that ankle is very much hampering him and his ability.
That was a 21-yard gain on the last play. Here's Devontae Freeman, who's brought down by Gerald McCoy. We go for an update to Carissa Thompson in L.A. Carissa.
Thanks, Sam. The whole conversation this week about Minnesota was how their offense was going to do with Sean Hill under center. Well, their defense is helping them out. That's the second defensive touchdown on the day. Danielle Hunter with a 24-yard fumble recovery, bikes up 22-10. Sam?
Wow. Great game for Minnesota. So the quarterback situation hasn't hurt them in that one in Tennessee. Ball at the 39-yard line. Quick outside. Tevin Coleman is brought down by McDougald at the 23. But boy, he can catch the ball, and after he gets his hands on it, look out.
And they love this guy for a reason, for his ability right here to be able to take anything and maybe take it to the house for that home run hitter. You really see his explosiveness, but great play call by Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan to get the ball out quickly, because they're trying to put the heat on as much as they can from the defensive side of the ball from the Buccaneers.
Tevin Coleman, 5 catches, 95 yards. That was a 16-yard gain on that play. First down, Falcons at the Bucs, 23. Devontae Freeman goes wide. Ryan in trouble, got rid of it to Jacob Tamme, and he's brought down for a loss of 2 on the play. Quan Alexander with another tackle. Ball back to the 25-yard line. The Bucs with a 10-point lead. Quan Alexander, boy, did they ever miss him in the last 4 games of last season. They were 6-6 with a shot at the playoffs and lost the remaining 4 games, 3 of them by 4 points or fewer. Here's Ryan. Blitz picked up. Pass incomplete. I don't know if it was tipped at the line.
That ball had to be tipped, the way that came out.
Yeah.
There it is.
Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy.
Would you call him a disruptor?
Oh, if there's anybody that can make a day a nightmare for an offensive lineman, especially a guard, is Gerald McCoy. Nice job by him, knowing that he's not going to get into the backfield, looking through and getting his hands up.
McCoy and Ayers are inside. Here's 3rd down. Ryan being pressured, throws, connects with Jacob Tamme, breaks a tackle, dives for the 1st down. It's very close. What an effort by Jacob Tamme. Keith Tandy, the backup safety, had a shot at him, but he broke the tackle.
Just toughness and the ability of know where they're at on the football field, know where the 1st down marker is, and having determination to get it done.
Tandy made the tackle. The guy who missed the tackle was Bradley McDougall.
Tampa Bay, they're first.
The Bucs call the timeout. Big drive for the Atlanta Falcons. 1st down at the Tampa Bay 13-yard line. Devontae Freeman in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in the game. Freeman squeezes through, tripped up, he dives forward to the 6-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play for Devontae Freeman.
Nice block by Jacob Tamme, knowing that he is going to be one-on-one with Quan Alexander, coming straight downhill. Got the job done to spring it open so that he can go right to the right of his block and have a nice game.
Falcons haven't run for a whole lot, 57 yards in the game, but runs like that help set up the passing game of Matt Ryan. 2 backs in. DeMarco the fullback. The toss to Freeman. And he is brought down for a loss. That time it's Levante David. If it isn't Quan Alexander, it's Levante David.
Nice job, but that all started with Robert Ayers, with his ability to get upfield to make sure that that ball bounces outside and doesn't go where it wants to go. See Robert Ayers get upfield and disrupt things. They're hoping that that ball can bounce, but he has to take it outside to the perimeter, and that's where all of Ayers' teammates are coming right downhill to make a nice tackle.
Loss of 5 on that last play. 3rd and 8 from the 11. Ryan. Tevin Coleman. It's broken up. Good defensive play by Jude Barima. Ajay Barima, the 2nd-year man out of Bowling Green, has seen a lot of action in the game and made a good play on Tevin Coleman out of the backfield. Field goal kicking unit comes on. Matt Bryant, Matt Bosher the holder, Josh Harris the long snapper. 29-yard field goal try. Bryant 2 for 2 in the game. And it's 3 for 3 for Matt Bryant. It now becomes a 7-point game with just under 5 minutes to go. The Bucs lead by 7. This fall, we've got a show you're not going to want to miss. It's called Pitch with Kylie Bunbury and Mark Paul Gosselaar. It's about one woman's emotional journey to become the first female pitcher in the major leagues. Pitch premieres Thursday, September 22nd on Fox. 7-point game. Bosher kicks it off for Atlanta. And backing up is Humphreys, takes it at the 5. And is brought down at the 17-yard line. This is Kickoff Sunday 2016. Glad you're with us here in Atlanta. Good game as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead the Atlanta Falcons 31-24. This is an important possession for Tampa Bay. They've been 3 and out the last 2.
It's very important. Number 1 for field position, but 2 the Atlanta Falcons defense. If they can come away with the takeaway, it would mean everything to their offense.
Doug Martin on the carry. Good run on first down. Up to the 26-yard line, a gain of 9 on the play. Check out the offensive leaders for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, big game, 22 for 32, 4 touchdown passes. Doug Martin has rushed for 46 yards and 34 yards reception. 5 catches, 99 yards for Mike Evans, 1 touchdown. The tight ends, Austin Seferian-Jenkins and Brandon Myers each have a touchdown. Charles Sims, the backup running back, has a touchdown as well. 2nd and 1. Martin spinning for a first down up to the 29-yard line. Desmond Trufant on the stop. Falcons have all their timeouts. They need the ball back. Matt Ryan can only wait.
That was all extra effort right there by Doug Martin, fighting through, getting the spin to get the first down. I know that there's 3 minutes left in the game. This is where you show your toughness as a football team in a 4-minute drill. What you want to do is wear down the clock, grind, and you know as an offense that the defense knows that you're going to run the football, and you do not care.
On first down, they go end around to Adam Humphreys. He's got some room, and he is wrestled down across the 35. Up to the 37-yard line. We go to Carissa Thompson for an update. Carissa.
Thanks, Sam. Coming up after your guys' game, most of you will see America's game of the week. Entering his 13th season, Eli Manning taking on the 4th-round rookie out of Mississippi State who had an impressive preseason, Dak Prescott. That's all coming up next. Sam?
Thanks, Carissa.
Talk about a matchup, a quarterback in Eli Manning who started 183 consecutive games, and Dak Prescott starting his first in the NFL.
2nd and 3. Doug Martin, and he is shoved back. No gain on the play. Good work by the Falcons defense.
Derek Shelby.
Yes, sir. Shelby makes a big play. Timeout on the field with 3:09 to go. 4th quarter. Sam Rosen, David Deal, Holly Saunders here in Atlanta. First NFL game as head coach for Dirk Cutter, a former Atlanta offensive coordinator. Dan Quinn in his 2nd season. The Bucs 2 for 8 on 3rd down conversions in the game. Here's a 3rd and 3. Charles Sims, the running back. Swing it out to Sims. Picks up a block and a first down. Up to the 42. Sims has been a big contributor. Really needed 3, got 5.
You know that the defensive line had their ears pinned back. They're getting upfield. They wanted to run a twist, and they couldn't pick a better play to run off of that to get Sims outside on the screen and to convert for the first down.
And the Falcons have called another timeout. 3:04 remaining. They have 1 timeout remaining plus the 2-minute warning. And there's some more big-time football coming your way. Stay with Fox today. Most of you will see America's Game of the Week, the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And some of you will see the Lions at the Colts. The NFL on Fox, a new season of great football leading to Super Bowl 51 on Fox. Oh, those are the quarterbacks you were talking about. Eli and Dak Prescott. Here's first down for Tampa Bay. The toss to Sims going wide. Gets up close to the 45-yard line. And the clock keeps running. This has been an excellent job by the Tampa Bay offense. Here's Brooks Reed hurting on the play. He was hurt earlier in the game, came back, and now in a lot of pain. He had a shoulder issue in the first quarter. Brooks Reed heads for the sideline, touching his shoulder. We'll be right back. The medical staff of the Atlanta Falcons checks out Brooks Reed and his shoulder issue. He's at the sideline. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the ball at their own 44. 2nd and 8 with a 7-point lead.
As I said earlier, the 4-minute drill as an offense, it is all about an attitude and a toughness that you are going to close out the football game for your team.
And thus far, the Bucs are showing it.
Yes, they have.
2.5 minutes to go. Doug Martin slips one man. Pushes forward to the 47-yard line. And the Falcons use their last timeout. The 2-minute warning is coming up. They need to get the ball back in a big 3rd down play coming up. And Matt Ryan can only wait and hope that his team can get the ball back.
Get a stop here. You have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock and hope that Matt Ryan can do something offensively to drive him down the field to tie the football game.
Well, both these quarterbacks have been good in comeback situations. Matt Ryan has had a great career of comebacks in the 4th quarter and overtime, game-winning drives. Right here, the Bucs need to get to the Atlanta 48-yard line for a first down. The fake, Winston keeps. He dives across midfield, but he's short of the first down. The rookie Devondre Campbell with a stop on Jameis Winston.
The design quarterback zone read, holds on to it, keeps it, and nice tackle to stop him.
And here we are at the 2-minute warning, with the Atlanta Falcons trailing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-24. Coming up next on the State Farm Game Break Show, Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy have scores, highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker gets you up to date on scores and stats. The punt. Eric Weems waits for a fair catch at the 8-yard line. So a long way to go. They'll spot it at the 9. Matt Ryan, who has been in this position many, many times, but he's got no timeouts remaining.
That's the biggest key right there. They had to use their last one so that they could use it, get the stop, get the 2-minute warning to stop the clock and put Matt Ryan in this position. But he has been here before and he's done it before. And we'll see what their offense is made of with the pressure on to open up week 1 at home.
Devontae Freeman, the running back, goes out wide. Ryan steps up and throws and completes to Jacob Tamme, the tight end. He's brought down by Chris Conte, the safety, at the 29-yard line.
Biggest things you say here, offensive line, do not give up a sack. Wide receivers, give the ball to the officials so they can set it up quickly.
All receivers out. Ryan being chased, throws it away. The clock stops with 1:26 to go.
Smart play, getting rid of it. No timeouts left, nothing open, throwing the ball away. Do not waste any time. But I know that people may think, what are you talking about, making sure you give the ball to official? Some of these officials aren't the greatest athletes in the world, and how many times have you seen time just get tick, tick, ticked off the clock? Official dropping the ball, it rolling around, and not being able to set up offensively.
From the 28-yard line, Tevin Coleman is in at running back. Justin Hardy, one of the wide receivers. Ryan being rushed, throws off the hands of Julio Jones. A little behind him because there was pressure on Matt Ryan.
Julio Jones breaking that same exact route, the crossing right across the middle, ball thrown behind him because of the pressure in Matt Ryan's face.
Julio Jones, 4 catches, 66 yards in this game.
You know, he wishes he has that throwback.
3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Ryan fires, and that is incomplete, off the arm and a little behind Mohamed Sanu.
But it looks like Mohamed Sanu in that break, his foot got caught and he went down.
He's limping to the sideline.
Ball was thrown a little bit behind him. It didn't affect the route, but you could see the turf monster grabbing him there.
This is the ball game for the Falcons. They must convert. It's 4th and 10. They have to get to the 38-yard line for a first down. Hardy in motion. All receivers out. Ryan's pass tipped and incomplete. Gerald McCoy did it again. He batted that pass. The Bucs defense comes through big. The ball goes over on downs, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the 7-point lead with 1:13 to go.
Gerald McCoy right there going up against Chris Chester and Mack, but he continues to press and get that pressure where he's pushing the pocket and gets his hands up right in Matt Ryan's throwing lane.
Big play by the big defensive player, the Pro Bowl man, Gerald McCoy. Falcons have no timeouts remaining. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who swept the season series last season from the Atlanta Falcons, will start off this season with a big win on the road. And Dirk Cutter gets the Gatorade shower as he wins his first as a head coach in the NFL. That's a great feeling for Dirk Cutter, the former offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons. As his team came in, and boy, did they explode in the second and third quarters offensively, led by Jameis Winston. And the final seconds tick off, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a win on opening day as they defeat the Atlanta Falcons 31-24. Those guys have great respect for one another. Dirk Cutter and Matt Ryan, who work so closely together. Dirk Cutter's got a lot of friends on his former team. Now, let's take you to the State Farm Game Break Show. Here's Kurt Menefee in Houston.